What up, tube? It's your boy Big Al right back at you with another tutorial. What we're gonna do on this tutorial right here, guys, is we're gonna be doing a number 2 on top with a razor fade and a beard trim. So as you guys can see quickly, I move along grabbing my Oster, and I'm using my number 2 Oster clip. Basically, guys, I'm just evening it all out. Not worrying too much about the size. Pretty much just worried about the top and the parietal ridge around the edges of the head. So the crown area, parietal ridge, and the top of the head, guys. That's all we're doing right here. Just evening it all out. Quickly, I want to thank my customer Mark for allowing me to do this haircut and posting it and everything. Thank you, buddy. Mark's been a customer of mine for a long time. So what we're doing right here, guys, is I'm getting my andis balder, guys, and I just flip it around. And as you guys know, that's how I always create my guidelines. I create them with the andis balder. It's quick, it's fast, it's efficient, and you don't waste your trimmer blades doing this, guys. I just flip it over and I create my first guideline. As you guys can see, guys, like I always fade. I fade in 3 sections. I fade the right side, the back side, and then the left side. So what I do first is I always create my guideline all the way across. As you can see, guys, this balder, it takes the hair down like butter. There's no need to go in there with your trimmer afterwards. No need for cleaning it up. I mean, I do clean it up a little bit with my trimmer sometimes if there's long hairs that I can't get. But usually with this right here, we create a nice straight guideline all the way across. And what we're doing here is kind of a high fade, medium high fade. Because it's a quick fade right here. It's not a long consuming fade because it's just a basic fade. A number 2 on top, 1.5 on the sides, now fade it out. Real simple fade. So once I'm done with that, guys, I turn them around to the other side, and now I'm going to start my fade. And what I'm starting right here is I'm starting with my number 1 lever open. Remember, we did a number 2 on top, so the number 1 lever open is a 1.5. So that basically blends right into the number 2. There's no having to blend in or nothing. As you can see, I'm just going right up the side of the crown. And the crown area, guys, is what it means is if you're wearing a crown around your head, it's where the crown would be sitting. As you can see, that's the side of the fade that we're fading out. So after I'm done with that, I take off my clip and I open my lever all the way open. I go all the way across, then I lower my lever 1/4 of the way, and basically I go halfway up. Then I close my lever all the way shut, and I'm just basically working on the bottom line. I know I make it look kind of simple, guys, but it really is that simple. I mean, it's just finding your rhythm and finding the easiest way for you to fade. Next, I'm going to grab my half clip, lever open, and again, I'm just going to go right in that center shadow. I'm just working on the center shadow right there, just trying to blend that in. This is why it's such a simple fade, because it's just a 2 to the 1.5 to the 1, and then now I'm using the half clip to blend out that center shadow. As you can see, I use probably the first six, maybe 4 teeth on the machine on each corner, and I'll go from one side of the corner to the other side of the corner. Now we move on to the back side of the head, guys. Same thing again. We're gonna start off with our number 1 clip, lever open, which is a number which makes it a 1.5. And basically, I'm just cleaning it all up, just carrying it, taking it up. As you see right there, I kind of flip the machine up and I follow the contour of the head back down. It's because the hair grows that way, so I want to make sure that it's all nice and even. Remember, there's no messing up here, guys, because a 1.5 blends right into a number 2. So once I do the number 1.5, when I close my lever, now it's a 1, and now I'm just basically cleaning up the center of the shadow. The center of, although almost as high as I went with the 1.5, but a little bit lower. Now I take off my clip, no clip on, lever open all the way across, and I'm just going to create another guide. See that? Once I go across, I lower my lever 1/4 of the way, and I go back up to the same spot again. Once I go across, I lower my lever halfway, and now I'm only going to go halfway up using the corner of the machine. Once I go across, now I close my lever all the way, and now I'm working on the bottom line only. Just the bottom line, just trying to fade that bottom line so there's no line on the bottom. can see there's still a little bit of a shadow there, so what I do is I grab my trimmer and I just basically rake that bottom line. When you rake that bottom line, you're just taking it all off. Real simple, guys. Simple way of fading right here. Now I'm gonna grab again my machine, and I'm opening this a quarter of the way and staying under my guideline, not going above my guideline and creating another guide. Now I'm gonna grab my half clip, lever open, and I'm gonna go across, and I'm basically just raking the center shadow. As I go across, you can see that I just kind of drag the corner of the machine into that center shadow, and as I drag it across, I pull up a little bit. And as you can see, I'm only using a side of the machine. I flip-flop from corner to corner. There's still a little bit of a shadow there, so I'm just kind of working with it, working the corners back and forth. I lower and close my lever until I get that perfect blend that I'm looking for. So now we quickly move on to the last side right here. Remember, we move right side, left side. Now we're doing the other side. And again, lever open, 1.5, 1.5 blends right into the number 2. Blends right into the number 2. Once I go across, now I close my lever and I'm just hitting the center of the shadow right there. Just going up, halfway up. Now I take off my clip and I'm going to go lever open, and I'm going to go across and create a guideline. Once I go across, I close my lever a quarter of the way, and again I go up to the same spot. Now halfway, and I'm just hitting the center of the shadow. Now it's all closed and I'm hitting the bottom line. Now I grab my half clip, and again, lever open, just working on that center shadow. As you can see, as I go across, I lower my lever a quarter of the way and I go again. As I go across, I rake it and pull up. Basically just, and you can see right there my clip pops off, and it pops off like that because of the way I rake it. Basically I rake and I pull up at the same time. It's kind of like dragging the tip of the machine, and as you drag, you kind of pull up to create that fade effect. There's no wrong or right way to fade, guys. There's so many ways to fade. You know what? It's finding the right way for you to fade. So what we're doing here is we're going to do a beard trim also. So what I do is I'm using my BGR3, my cordless BGR3 Andis, and I'm using a number 2 blade on him. A number 2 blade. And basically I'm just cleaning it all up. And what I'm doing is just evening it all out, so that when I'm done evening it out, I'm just gonna go back and line it all up. Whenever I do a beard trim like this, a simple one like this, I always hit get the hair down to the level that I want it, the size that I want it, before I start trimming it up. So the only time I don't do this is if the customer doesn't want me to touch the length of the beard. If they want me to touch the length of the beard, like they say they want a 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever, then I'll do that first before I line it up. The only time I don't line it up first is when they don't want me to touch the length. So right here, I'm just basically just using my cordless machine, and guys, if you guys don't have this machine right here, it's an exceptional machine, guys. It's really quiet, and it mows the hair down the same as a regular Oster would. But the key is that it's very, very quiet. So when you use it on little kids, it's perfect for little kids. So now I'm going to start lining him up right here, guys. And the way I always start my lineups on the beards, I always start on the same side as you see right here, guys. And I always start in the same spot. I always start off right down the sideburn, and I try to create that first line right there. I go down, and that's my first guideline right there. And from there, I'll determine how far he wants it down. So what we're going to do him is keep it low on the bottom, kind of a thick shadow beard. So again, what I do is just line up the bottom first, and then I'm gonna spin him around, and I'm gonna do one side of the face first, and then I'm gonna spin him around and do the other side of the face. It's important, guys, not to use the right consistency on this blade right here, guys. Sometimes when it's too sharp, and I mean, it happens to me all the time, because I like to keep my machines very crisp, and of course everybody's skin is different, So some skins irritate and some don't irritate. So you just got to be careful on this part right here, so that make sure that you don't irritate the customer too much. And of course, guys, this is a beard trim, it's not a shave. So all I'm doing is trimming it with my trimmer, and I'm gonna hit it with my Braun Series 9 to kind of shave it down a little bit. But it's just a basic beard trim. It's not a hot towel shave. Hot towel shave is different. So right here, what I'm doing is I'm working on the lip and just getting it all cleaned up. And you know, like I always do this. I do one side of the face first, and I move to the other side. Again, here now I'm started on the other side, and I'm working on the sideburn first. Always create that first guideline first. And what I do here now is I start off in the middle and meet up with my other guideline so that I get a nice straight line. Just trying to get that line as crisp as I can and as straight as I can. Just lining it all up, guys. This is a quick haircut, guys. Like I said, this customer has already been with me for years, so I already know his hair. But I mean, seriously, on the notch, this haircut right here is probably a 25-minute haircut. Only because it's so simple. It's a 2 and a razor fade, you know. And the customer, you know, I don't razor it with a straight razor. I razor it with a machine, so it's even faster. So it's a quick, fast, efficient haircut, you know. So right here, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to blend up the sideburns and just get them, so fade them up the other way, so that right now when I shave it, it's going to show, there'll be no line there. There'll be no sideburn line. It's going to be faded up. So right here, quickly, I start up with my Braun Series 9. Braun Series 9, guys. This is a machine to have if you're shaving, because, I mean, there's no better shaver out there. And you need to get on this machine. This machine is exceptional, guys. Saves you time. It's quick. It's fast, and it leaves the hair so smooth. If you're not up on this machine yet, guys, I suggest that you guys get up on it quickly. I realize that this machine is a bit more expensive than your traditional shavers, but me, myself, guys, I've been using it already for about 6 months, and I love it. So, guys, right here, this haircut is pretty much done, guys. This is, like I said, this is what I call the money cut right here, because it's just a quick haircut. I could do these. I would love to do these all day long, you know. But of course, not everybody goes this short, so but it's a fun haircut for me to do. Work on it, guys. You guys will get fast at it, and I guarantee you guys will pick it up. Right here, I'm just going back with my trimmer and just cleaning it up and getting all the lines nice and straight and everything. And guys, remember, guys, if you guys have any comments, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. That's what I'm here for. Here at Big L's Barber Channel, we are here to motivate and educate, guys. And if you guys need help with anything, let me know. I'm gonna give you guys my honest opinion. I'll give you guys my theory. I'm not always right, guys. I just been in the industry for a while, and I feel and I think that I know what I'm talking about. So if anybody has any questions, if you guys have any ideas for me, let me know, man. I could do it. So another thing, this haircut right here, I didn't get to use my new Wahl 5-star cordless yet. They already came out. So on the next video, I'm going to be doing a haircut like this with that machine. One last spray of alcohol, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Lates.